Hey guys, welcome to Flannels and Foxes. Today I'm going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag. Okay, so the first question of the tag, I have the questions right here. Why did you start this channel? I love reading, obviously, but I've been watching Booktube videos for 5 or 6 years. And I'm kind of addicted to them, and I've always wanted to try making one. I just didn't really know how, and I've been researching and learning, and so I really wanted to try it out, and I just really want to be able to talk with people who love the same books I do, or who love different books, but I can just get recommendations and talk about them, and just talk about books. I just want to talk about books. That's pretty much why, honestly. I just want to talk to you guys about the things that I've loved reading. I want to hear what you guys have loved reading, and I just want to share this whole experience with you guys. Question number 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? The thing I love about Booktube a lot is that everyone's just a complete individual, so you can't have more than one of the same point of view. So I'm bringing myself to Booktube, and that is completely unique. There's not another me, I don't think. And even if people have the same thoughts that I do on books and the same opinions, which a lot of people will, no one's going to be able to articulate them the same way I do. And that goes for all the booktubers. Everyone says things in their own way, everyone connects to different people in their own way, and I just want to be another one of those people. And of course I want to grow and I want to get more creative as I learn how to work with YouTube and how to create videos, and I do want to incorporate more fun things for you guys as I learn and as I get better, and I'm really excited about that. Question number 3. What are you most excited about for this new channel? Well, definitely getting to know you guys, all of the Booktube community. I'm really excited to talk to all of you, and I'm just really excited to finally be doing this and finally getting up the courage to put this up and to really start this, and I just am excited to progress and just commute. I'm not commuting anywhere, just to contribute to the community in my own way and as much as I possibly can, and in the most positive way possible. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? That's a really hard question, because I love reading for a lot of reasons. It's the only way you can just see so many different points of view. You can actually be in other people's heads, which helps you grow and helps you understand other humans. And you can go to so many different places. I know you're not physically going to those places, but it really feels like you've been to those places, and it really feels like you know the people and the characters in the books. I just love being able to have these experiences because they really are experiences. So that is probably the biggest reason I love reading, and I just love reading. I've just always enjoyed the idea of adventures and books, and I just love it overall. Question 5. What book series got you into reading? If we're going back to the beginning, the Magic Treehouse series is the series that got me into reading. When I was a kid, I loved those. I read them. I remember when I was getting a little older and I read one in like an hour, and it was like the biggest deal to me. I was so excited, and that feeling of accomplishment after like reading a book, just like I got hooked on it, and I got hooked on the adventures and Jack and Annie, the 2 main characters. So that's really the series that got me into reading. After that, for like YA, I remember feeling most accomplished after finishing Twilight, because that was like the biggest book I ever read at the time. So maybe a little bit of Twilight, but what got me involved more with community and with YouTube and Booktube overall was Looking for Alaska by John Green, because it introduced me to John Green, which introduced me to the Vlogbrothers, which introduced me to YouTube, which introduced me to Booktube, and here we are. That was about 6 years ago. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? This is really hard because there are probably a lot of questions I'd like to ask at some point. I think it's interesting to see whether or not people like going back and looking at their old videos and how they felt about certain books. Because I know some people love doing that and some people like kind of don't like seeing the old version of themselves. So I think that's interesting. I would also just ask about how they've grown and how this has made their life a little bit different than it might have been without it. Those are probably the two main questions I'd like to ask. Question number 7. What do you think will be the hardest challenges to overcome with starting a booktube channel? I don't want to get discouraged in any way, because I know even if I'm doing this just for myself, just to be able to look back at how I felt in those moments after finishing books and just doing the fun tags almost as if it's just like a book journal, I know I won't regret it and I know I'll really, really be happy that I did it. I think that might be the biggest obstacle, just keeping up and just really putting myself into it, because I really, really want to. Other than that, just being really creative and learning, but that's really fun, so I don't really think that'd be the biggest challenge, but it is a challenge because I have a lot to learn about creating content, but I'm very excited to learn it. Number 8. When did you start reading? When I really, really started reading was when I was 10, and that's when I was introduced to those Jack and Annie books. I know a lot of 10-year-olds are already reading like Harry Potter and like books that were really big and everything, but I just started with the Magic Treehouse books. 10 years old is like the age I remember getting excited about reading. Question number 9. Where do you read? I don't have like a designated reading area. I kind of wish I did. I read on the couch a lot, early in the morning when I first wake up, or when my fiance is watching TV and things like that. I tend to fall asleep on the couch a lot though, so I can't do that like when I'm just home by myself. Of course I read in bed also, usually at night, or like I just love those, especially during fall right now, the snuggly days with blankets and some coffee and you're just all in bed and it's really cozy. I love that. And I also read in the car a ton. And I know a lot of people get motion sickness when they try to do that. That doesn't happen to me. And it might be because I traveled a lot as a kid and I was always reading in the car. The couch, bed, and the car are probably the main places. Last question number 10. What kind of books do you like to read? Well, I read pretty much strictly YA. I'm open to reading other things. That just is what I enjoy the most right now. So YA. And I'm really into fantasy right now. That just kind of happened this year. Before, I was always into contemporary. Like, I didn't understand fantasy. I didn't like it. So I was like always contemporary, and then something happened this year and I just like I had this epiphany and I discovered fantasy, and so yeah, so I really, really like fantasy now, more than contemporary, actually yeah, more than contemporary. So really right now YA fantasy is my favorite, but at the same time a good book is a good book and I'm perfectly happy reading any genre. I also really like contemporaries that are about kind of more fantastical subjects, so like carnivals and sideshows and circuses or fairy tale retellings, things like that I love a lot. So that was all the questions. That was the Booktube Newbie Tag. I'm really excited to start talking to all of you. I'm really excited to meet you. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!